What I'm about to share with you is a secret that will make any girl, no matter who she is, unable to resist you. I like to call this secret the rock technique. This technique revolves around being like a rock. Let me first explain the concept to you, and then we'll move on to the practical application so you can fully understand. Before we jump in, take a second to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more awesome videos. Your support means the world to me. Now let's jump in. Imagine you go to a rock and start yelling at it or getting angry with it. What will the rock do? Nothing. Imagine you hit it hard. What will it do? Nothing. A rock is something that doesn't react no matter what you do to it. It always stays in its place. To save you time and get straight to the point, what I want from you is to be someone who doesn't react. And don't worry, I'll show you how to demonstrate this to a girl with examples, so bear with me. When a woman is looking for a man, she's looking for someone who has the ability to survive. As I always say, while we may live in a modern world today, we still carry the mindset of our primal ancestors. For a woman to ensure her survival and the survival of her children, she needs a man with survival capabilities. This concept has more details, and we'll delve deeper into it in upcoming videos in the How to Attract Women series. Anyway, one of the most important traits a man must have to be a survivor is composure. He must be unaffected by anything. Our primal ancestors lived lives full of turbulence, and if someone reacted too much and lost their calm easily, they wouldn't have been able to survive. Today, life has changed, and we no longer face the same pressures as before. However, women still carry this gene that seeks a man who is non-reactive. This is something women don't consciously feel or recognize, but it exists in their subconscious. This is why you find girls often attracted to those movie characters with a cold demeanor. And if you were to ask me about a quality in men that women can't resist, I'd tell you it's non-reactiveness. So now the question is, how do you show her that you're non-reactive? If you've been following this series, you already know that women are emotional beings. If you want her to become attached to you, you need to trigger a range of emotions in her. One of these emotions is the sense of non-reactivity. If she doesn't feel it, she won't be attracted to you. So how do you do this? Let's start small and then gradually level up. When a girl starts talking to you, she likes to test if she can affect you or influence your behavior. For example, if you send her a message and she doesn't reply, and then you send her another message, this shows that you reacted to her silence. In other words, you couldn't resist that silence. Now, this might seem like a normal thing to you and not a big deal, but girls are a bit stupid. They see these things from an emotional perspective, something they have no control over. Anyway, to put it simply, if you send her a message and she doesn't reply, just relax. You asked her to go out, meaning you wanted to take her on a date. She said, "I don't want to." Then you started saying, "Why don't you want to go out?" Or you started saying, "No problem, we can go out another time," and began talking too much, or "Fine, no need. Do you think you're the only girl in the world? There are plenty like you," and so on. This will show her that you are not like a rock and that you are affected. It will show her that you are a reactive person. Keep in mind what I'm about to tell you. If she doesn't want to go out and you start asking her why or reacting, she will never agree to go out with you. As a side note, never ask a girl about the reason for any decision she makes with you. For instance, in this case, if she says, "I don't want to go out," don't keep following up with her asking why, or what's the reason, or trying to figure out her decision and find a solution. Anyway, let's get back to the point. If a girl rejects the date, your response should be calm and composed. "All right, another time." You need to give her the feeling that she's not the only one in the world and that you're not overly interested. When you do this next time, you ask her out, she will say yes and will want to go out with you because you didn't react. And remember what I'm telling you. This is the personality that girls get attached to. Another example, imagine you're on a date with her and you touch her hand, but she pulls her hand away. That's fine, there's no problem. Don't show any reaction. Just remove your hand and wait for another opportunity before trying to touch her again without getting upset or showing any frustration. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying you shouldn't touch her at all, or that if she pulls her hand away, you should stop touching her completely. Touch plays a significant role in building a connection between you and the girl. For a long time, I've wanted to discuss this topic, and I think now is the right time to talk about it. As a man, in your relationship with a girl, by the second day at most, you should start introducing touch, like holding her hand, putting your hand on her shoulder, and so on. Sometimes you might want to touch her, but she'll move your hand away. This is completely normal. Don't react to it. Just wait for the right moment and try again. It's no big deal. It's perfectly natural. This is the first rule of touching. The second rule, don't overdo it, especially at the beginning. I know some guys who, by the second date, want to hold the girl's hand the entire time. No, you should touch, then remove your hand, wait a little, and then touch her again briefly before removing your hand once more. There's a situation that might happen. You try to touch her, but she moves your hand away, and after some time, she touches you instead. In this case, please don't get overly excited and cling to her as if you were just waiting for this chance. Anyway, this is the topic of touch in a nutshell. Let's continue with our topic. Imagine you wanted to kiss her, but she turned her face away and didn't agree. The same principle applies. Again, don't show any reaction. Stay calm, act naturally. You are like a rock. Don't show any response. Don't ask her why she didn't let you kiss her, and don't go home and start sending her messages asking, "Is there a problem?" or "Why don't you want me to kiss you?" Remember, you don't need her. Look, when a girl realizes that you don't need her, that's when you've won her over. Remember this golden rule for life. When a girl knows you don't need her, you win her over. Don't get upset, don't get angry, and don't show any reaction. Also, if she comes to your place, stays for a while, and then wants to leave, meaning she doesn't want to stay with you, do the same thing. Let her leave. Don't show any interest. There is only one situation where you should react and stop the girl, and that's when she disrespects you. If she insults you, curses you, or behaves disrespectfully, this is where you stop her and don't allow it to continue. However, if you ask her to go out and she says no, that's not disrespect, it's normal. You shouldn't show any reaction. What I've been explaining to you from the beginning is related to small daily interactions and how to handle them. Now let's move to the second level of non-reactivity as a man. I'll discuss this level briefly because I've already talked about it in previous episodes. Never change yourself based on a woman's request. In your relationship with a woman, she might ask you to change certain things about yourself, like your hairstyle or the way you dress. You should never listen to her or change anything unless you're genuinely convinced. Since I've talked about this topic extensively, I often get a recurring question. What if the girl genuinely wants you to change something about yourself? Meaning she doesn't like something about you and wants you to change it? Listen to me carefully, my brother. I'll give you a golden piece of advice. If a girl isn't attracted to you and doesn't like something about you, she won't even bring it up or talk to you in the first place. A girl who isn't attracted to you will try to spare your feelings because she's a compassionate being who cares about the emotions of others. But once she is attracted to someone, she becomes more critical and starts pointing things out. This is her way of testing his strength to see if he's a strong, high-value man. That's why if a girl asks you to change something about yourself, don't do it. Say to yourself, "This is who I am. If you want me, great. If not, goodbye." This is one of the signs that the girl is attracted to you and has started developing feelings for you. When you notice a girl criticizing you or asking you to change something, know that she likes you. Don't get angry or upset. This is actually a good sign. If you'd like me to create a video about these signs, how to know if a girl is attracted to you without relying on those myths like playing with her hair or other baseless ideas, please let me know in the comments so I can see if there's interest. And finally, the most important level in this video relates to a woman's personality. A woman's psychology is driven by two main factors: hormones and emotions. A woman's hormones are constantly fluctuating, sometimes high and sometimes low. As a man, you manage yourself with logic and reason, whereas a woman is driven by her emotions. For this reason, you might find a girl who likes a guy who smokes or behaves badly, yet she continues to pursue him and can't resist him. These two factors make a woman's mood like a zigzag, constantly changing. Her life seems unstable, and every hour she might want something completely different. For example, now she wants to go out, but an hour later she wants to stay home. Another hour passes and she's angry for no reason. Suddenly she wants to eat Chinese food, then she wants to have sex. After that, she cries for no apparent reason. When you talk to her, you need to understand that you are dealing with all these mood swings. You might send her a message, and she replies. You go out with her, sit in the park, and have a good conversation. The next day, you send her another message, and she doesn't respond. Maybe she doesn't feel like talking anymore. Maybe she wants something else, like sex or going out. Or perhaps she's angry and just wants to sit alone. A woman will always behave in an unpredictable way. Sometimes she'll want to have sex. Sometimes she'll want to test you. Sometimes she'll want to create a problem. Sometimes she'll want to laugh. Sometimes she'll want to see you angry. You need to realize that as a man, when you talk to a girl, you're dealing with a mixture of moods and emotions. Now imagine trying to control this mood. Do you think you'll succeed? Every time something new will come up. That's why the first thing you need to know is that you cannot control a woman's mood. So how do you deal with her mood? The answer is, be like a rock. If a woman's mood is erratic, you must remain steady and stable. Don't change your mood to match hers. Don't try to change her feelings. For example, if she's angry, don't try to cheer her up by taking her out. If she's sad, don't try too hard to make her laugh or comfort her excessively. Don't go to her and ask, "What do you want me to do to make you stop being angry?" And don't get angry with her if she's angry. As a man, you are inclined to control emotions, but a woman is not. Women love to experience emotions in all their forms, so you need to let her feel those emotions while you remain happy and composed. Now you might ask, how do I deal with her when she's angry or sad? The answer is, let her feelings pass. This is the rule I want you to fully grasp in this video. When you talk to a girl, it's natural to encounter moments when her mood is off. If she's angry, don't try to change that feeling. Just let her experience it, and it will eventually pass on its own. You, however, should always stay calm. When a girl sees that her mood doesn't affect you and that you remain steady and consistent, she will begin to notice your non-reactiveness. Her emotions and instincts will start to feel an extraordinary attraction to you. Even she won't understand why it's happening. By the way, this principle isn't something you should apply only when talking to a girl. It's also essential when dealing with rejection in life in general. If you enjoy going out and talking to girls, understand that every girl will react to you differently. Some will show clear interest in you, others will avoid you as if you're annoying, and some won't care much at all. But this is where the real test lies. This is where you'll discover your true position on the social value scale. If a girl can get you into a highly emotional state simply by acting a certain way or saying certain things, it means you're someone with high emotional reactivity. This also indicates that your sense of self-worth comes from an external source, in this case, the girl. Simply put, this means that how you feel about yourself is directly tied to the responses you get from the girl. If you get a positive response, you'll feel great about yourself, but the moment you get a negative response, you'll start to feel bad. You've given something external complete control over your emotional state. This directly kills attraction, because a girl doesn't want to be around a man she can easily manipulate or control. She doesn't want to be with someone who can't manage his own emotional state. A good example of this is how you handle rejection from women. If you take rejection personally and keep thinking about it for days after hearing a harsh no from a girl at a bar, it means you're in a highly reactive state. But guess what? The reason you got that no was that the girl sensed you were highly reactive and that your sense of inner well-being was entirely dependent on her. By being reactive, you've shown her that you view her as more valuable than yourself and that you need her approval to feel good. The key here isn't to try to change her reaction to you, but to learn how to deal with her reaction. So if a girl rejects you, understand that she's just another girl, and if she rejected you, it doesn't mean every girl will do the same. Don't let it affect you at all. See you in the next video.